Welcome to another episode of It's Debatable NBA Edition. I'm your host, Justin Jones, here with co-host Sebastian Pluvios. We're talking NBA basketball as of this moment, as of this hour. We're going to get into all the interesting things that have happened. Um, so where do you want to start, Seb? Like, this is really going to be your episode because you're a bandwagon Knicks fan that became a Knicks fan over the last 3 years. So you're not even a true Knicks
5 years,
fan.
5 years, 2020, 2020, 2020, 2020. Yes,
You gonna let
2020,
me do the intro? I'm gonna let you have the floor, but let me do my intro, Seb.
2020.
Don't do that.
I'm just correcting you where you went wrong. So rephrase that. Say last 5 years. Start from the top.
All
Start from the
right.
top.
I don't. When you be talking, you start saying crazy shit. I let you finish. Let me finish. Don't interrupt me, Seb. Do not interrupt me.
All right, come on.
All right.
All right, let's
So,
go.
all right. All right. Bet. So, welcome to another episode of It's Debatable NBA Edition. I'm your host, Justin Jones, here with co Sebastian Pluvios, talking NBA basketball. Having a chest moment. Hold on, hold on.
Yo, he needs some water. He choking.
Oh, shit. My fault, my fault. For all my battle rap fans, I just had a chest moment. My fault. But all jokes aside, we're talking NBA basketball. Seb is a current Knicks fan, even though I call him a bandwagon because he's not a true Knicks fan because he wasn't really a Knicks fan during the real struggle. Really became a Knicks fan when Julius Randle came in the mix and things like that. He claims 2020, but I think it's more 2023. So, the Knicks right now they're playing the Indiana Pacers. Right, we talked about this story just right before it started. I said this is gonna be a tough matchup for the Knicks, man. This is not the Celtics who's gonna shoot a million 3-point shots and live and die by the three. They go 11 deep now. Before I was saying 9, 10 deep, they going 11 deep.
I
What's
think they
that
played a
big
whole
man's
roster.
name? The big man they playing now is his Brad. Was it Tony Bradley? Is it Brad? If I'm saying your name wrong, I'm like, wait, who is that? Wait, who did Rick Carlisle just sub into the game? And listen, rebound. Right now, because I'm gonna let Seth talk his shit, but there's something I need to say. Tom Thibodeau's being outcoached by Rick Carlisle. And I'm just not understanding how Tom Thibodeau's not making the right adjustments, bro. He's just not. I ain't calling for the man's job. I'm not saying nothing like that. Just watching it game by game. Rick Carlisle is out coaching Tom Thibodeau. If you look at game one, that was just a complete collapse. I'm watching that at my job. I work in a homeless shelter, so I put the game on for the guys in the building. They're all about Knicks fans. They were all watching it, and I'm like, there's just no way. And once I start seeing Neesmith hit these threes, I'm like, it's not over. Once he cut it to five, I think the score 118 to 123. Neesmith hit that last. I said, oh shit. This nigga has a shout out to Kevin Harlan, but Neesmith has a flamethrower. Like he just started turning into Michael Jordan. I'm like, there's just no way. And then the saying came in my head from the president of the Knicks fans: "What can go wrong will go wrong." Like, and everything just went wrong. Oh my goodness! Like it felt like the basketball gods just said like nothing's going to go right. I'm seeing Josh Hart slipping off every inbound play he can. He's slipping trying to guard Aaron Neesmith. Carl Anthony Towns can't hit no more. Brunson airball in the last deep. Listen, man. That game one. Here's the problem. That wasn't a regular loss. That's not like you lost by 10, you lost by 5. Shit, you lost by 1 and it was a close game. That was where the statistic of how high the Knicks chance was to win was about 98, 99%. That one kind of deflates you. That one makes or breaks you right there. That's not the average loss, bro. Shout out to Tyrese Halliburton, the best point guard in the NBA. I don't care what no one has to say. I don't want to hear about no. I name some point guards real quick, Sam.
The MVP.
No, he's better than Shea. So I don't want to hear no Shea Gilgis Alexander.
Oh
I don't want to hear no
shit,
Jalen Brunson. I don't want to hear
Steph.
no Damian Lillard. I don't want to hear no Stephen Curry. I don't want to hear none of these point guards, bro. As of 3:49 p.m., May 23rd, the 23rd, sir?
Yeah,
May
was it? No, 24th,
23rd.
24th.
May 24th, bro. Just recording Tyrese Halliburton is the best point guard in the NBA moving forward until I'm proven otherwise. You want to know why, sir?
Or
They
yo,
choke. They
he's clip
choke.
farming, bro. He's clip farming.
First of all, he calls it aura farming. Don't misquote my boy, all right? It's aura farming. That's what we do over here. Yeah, I'm a Pacers fan now. Yeah,
We
yeah. It's we because I'm a Pacers fan. And so further notice, I'm a Pacers fan. Yeah, we're up 2-0 right now. So what the fuck you gonna say now, Seb? Y'all choked. Y'all choking. Y'all got nothing to say about it. Y'all choked. Yo, and then the so hold on. That was just game one. We once again, like, shout out to Tyrese Halliburton. You can keep rubbing your hands. That's not gonna make the games for you. So you keep rubbing your hands. And now Sam is
I'm
all
persuaded.
quiet.
I'm
Before the
persuaded.
season, before the series started, he's all, oh, go New York, go New York, go New York, go.
I'm
Oh
persuaded.
no, orange and blue skies. Orange and blue skies, right? Yo, listen, it's been raining ever since. Like, orange and blue skies, right? The Knicks is on top of the world until y'all aren't. Let's move on to game two. Cause you know what I said. This is where it's really. Remember, you said something. You kept talking about after the Detroit series, the mental toughness that the Knicks got through, right? I said, let me see this game two. Remember, I said Pacers in seven. So I'm predicting the Knicks to win 3 games. I wasn't like so. Respect to the Knicks. Game two comes. I said, let me see how they respond, and it just wasn't enough, right? It for the most part close game, right? Even though it felt like once the second half really came around, not said Tyree, the Pacers kind of all just got a chokehold of just the flow of the game, just being in control. The first half, Pascal Siakam was really the only dude that really had it going for Indiana. And then the second half, everyone just kind of joins the party. You got Nemhard, he starts knocking down shots. Aaron Neesmith did eventually join the party, along with Tyrese Halliburton. Miles Turner, 13 points in the fourth quarter. The first 3 quarters, the nigga couldn't do shit, right? Comes alive in the fourth. I will say this in the fourth quarter. Come here, Tom Thibodeau. And everyone's saying this, and I thought maybe I was the only one that noticed, but obviously not.
Talk that talk.
Um, and I really noticed this because I had Carl Anthony Towns for 10 rebounds on my slip, and he was like at 7 for all the way to the fourth quarter. The game keep going, and guard keep checking. I'm like, wait, why? Where's Carl Anthony Towns at? For whatever reason, he decided to play Mitchell Robinson. And the problem is that Mitchell Robinson is such an offensive liability. If he's not offensive rebounding or defensive rebounding, he can't really do a lot. Now his ankle started getting hurt. He's just wearing down. You got to take him out earlier than that. Especially you see Indiana is literally going on a run right now, bro. They are going into final form mode. We already know how they get in clutch time. They don't lose in the clutch. So you already see the momentum that they have right now. And you decided to not put in Carl Anthony Towns, bro, who in the first half was making a lot of big shots for you. You cannot do that, bro. And you gotta have accountability. I seen you in the press conference talking about, oh, each game was a one possession game at the end, so y'all can just do what y'all want with that. You're down 0-2. So what the fuck are you talking about? I talked about playing Cameron Payne a long time ago. Listen, Cameron Cameron Payne is a good throwback person for me to see. Like I remember back in the days, he's dancing, he doing all the dances with Russell Westbrook on the sideline. You know those dances said they start doing all this and all the crazy shit, right? Yeah, like that's all.
That shit was cool, bro,
Look, look,
back in
look,
the
that
day.
that was all cool and funny back in 2013, 2012, and all that shit. We in ninth and 10th grade. OKC still had the sleeve jerseys and all that. That was all cool back then. I'm now 26. Seb, how old are you now? 26,
27.
27,
Mhm.
27 years old. I don't want to see campaign in the Eastern Conference Finals playing crucial minutes. I keep saying it. It's no respect to campaign. It's just like he's not fit for this type of moments because he does a lot of bonehead shit, bro. Your backup point guard for Knicks' campaign. Ours is. What's, I'm gonna say his name wrong. T.J. McConnell, who's literally an extension of the court of the coach on the court, bro. This series bothered me for the Knicks and it scared me because I said they're only gonna play so many dudes. They're gonna eventually get tired and wear down. And the Pacers are gonna play all these types of dudes that they have trust in, bro. What's that kid's name? The last kid.
For
For,
the Pacers,
on the pace.
the
Not
Shepherd kid,
Nemhard. What's his name?
the Shepherd kid.
Ben Shepherd comes in and he's playing good minutes, knocking down timely threes, having the guard Jalen Brunson getting over screens. I'm gonna say this right now, and the Oklahoma City Thunder is a tough team to beat. But I think the Indiana Pacers are gonna win the NBA championship. I just feel that they're just too deep of a team. They can score a lot of points. They like to get up and down in transition, and they have a championship coach who's going to make the right adjustments. Now, I say the Thunder scare me because I do think the Thunder are going to beat the Timberwolves. That Thunder defense is just tough, but you got one of the best offenses versus the best defense. And once again, I just think this kid Tyrese has got a different type of swagger right now, bro. Like the way he's just moving, the way he's talking, the way he's playing. I'm seeing the snow bunnies running after him after the game winner, bro. Listen, Indiana just has it right now, bro. In that game one, y'all should have won. That one is going to come back to haunt the Knicks forever. I seen on first take one when after that get into the top five worst Knicks moments in history, and there was some bad ones. I had to relive the finger roll again. I said, "Oh my god!" Like that was that was
Nah,
crazy.
that might have been
John,
the worst one.
John Starks going what was it like 2 for 17 in the final game of that series. That was bad, but them putting that Knicks collapse at number five was suitable because that was just bad, bro. That's something that sometimes you don't come back from things like that. Listen, man. Jalen Brunson, Rick Brunson, Jennifer Hudson. Cases of five.
Can't go now.
Woo, man. No. Listen. I just had to. Listen. Jalen Brunson, Rick Brunson, Jennifer Hudson. Cases of five. Oh wait, what? Where's the energy at?
Just
Yo,
wait,
hold on,
just
no,
wait,
hold
just
on,
wait.
hold on. I don't see no more Knicks post. I don't see no one going crazy in the city no more. I don't see nothing. The Knicks fans. I see Stephen A. about to cry, talking about. "Oh, I think we're about to get eliminated. You think that? But they survive. Yo, my folks, like, they was coming. Yo, everyone
Yeah, trust me. I let
Seth
everybody
tried
get
to avoid the show for as long as he could.
Oh, trust me. Go, go, go.
Yo, this nigga
I'm gonna
came
let
on
you
here
rap,
and
nigga.
said to me, Jalen Brunson, he on a generational run right now. This nigga top five. I'm like, no. And I'm not disrespecting Jalen Brunson. He did score about 40 though, almost last night, both of the games. But the clutch, he hasn't the clutch been looking a little, a little clumpy. It hasn't been the best. But listen, no matter of fact, I'm done. Wait, yo, Sam. Pace and five. All right. That was my last one, Sam. My my bad. Like my bad. I'm being a little immature right now. My
I
bad.
said, hey, yo. Such and such nice. What's Model C the Midwest losing? All right, let's start here. Oh man, come on, man.
Let me just sip
I'll
my
start.
tea. My fault.
Go ahead. Because guess what? What I'm gonna start with, I have zero worries. Game one, I was pissed off. Don't get me wrong. I believe that's something that you just don't do in a series like that. You don't sell game one like that, and especially the way that you do that they did in that fashion, being up by a respectable amount, at least 17 at most. You don't do that type of shit. That type of shit comes back to haunt you, like I said, and now you're in a position where now you're down 2-0, and realistically, you should have been tied going into Indiana. But you let that game slip away. You do bonehead shit. You don't get proper inbounds. You don't guard Aaron Neesmith. I don't know. It was a simple pin down that he was getting exactly what Draymond Green was saying. You let this nigga get off a simple pin down. You're not face guarding a nigga that just made 4 threes, maybe even 3 threes in a row, man. The nigga looked like Stephen Curry lights out, man. That was a brilliant performance from Aaron Neesmith. Shout out to them. Shout out to Indiana Pacers. From this Knicks team, man, just like you said, you got to own up to that choke. And you had to come to game two ready to make sure that you regain home court advantage or at least try to get one back before you go to Indiana. Now you put yourself in a tough position. And we don't do that. And I believe that this game was relatively close for the first half. Second half, you sort of see it slipping away. Indiana starts making it run to, like you said, everybody starts getting going, led by Pascal Siakam, who I believe had 21 in the first quarter or first half, finished the game around 37. I'm watching this. I'm seeing it's a lot to keep up with this Pacers offense. But some point in time, this defense has to step up. Like, I think a lot of times, I get where Tom Thibodeau was coming from, keeping Mitchell Robinson in the game for quite some time. But at the same time, you need offense to match the Indiana Pacers. I'm sorry. Mitchell Robinson is just a liability on offense. There's been many times where I've seen him get an offensive rebound. He's kicking out to the shot. When you're right there at the rim, you could put up the easiest 2 points. And I don't know what it is with him. I just think maybe he's scared of getting injured again. I don't know what the fuck it is. Maybe there's something in his mind where he just refuses to go up or he's scared of going up. But it's deteriorating to that team. Then comes the fourth quarter where palms get sweaty. Knicks start losing the lead, and now you're trying to play catch up. And that's one thing I always notice. The worst thing you want to do against a Pacers team is play catch up, because you could cut a lead to like maybe 5 or 4, but once again, they'll put up a timely shot, whether it's Miles Turner, whether it's Tyrese Halliburton. It doesn't matter who's on the court. Somebody will put up a timely shot to give them a lead and time manage well. That's one thing I do give Indiana credit for as well. They definitely do know how to time manage the lead as well. So we put ourselves in a bad position. But guess what? I ain't worried. You know why? Because I got a team right now that is 5-1 on the fucking road in the playoffs. I got a team that's 5-1 on the road on the fucking playoffs, man. And right now, this is adversity. What I told you, Justin, I told you gotta have to go through adversity. You fucked up yourself bad game one and game two. You put yourself in a position. You dig yourself in that hole. You gotta get yourself out that hole, man. You gotta fight now, nigga. This is a fight, bro, and it starts game three. Game three, you send a fucking message. You go to Indiana, you send a fucking message. Jalen Brunson, you send a fucking message. Karl Anthony Towns, stop playing like a bitch. Learn how to play some fucking defense. You send a fucking message. This whole Knicks team got to send a fucking message game three that we still here. 5-1 on the road, bro. I'm not taking nothing less. I don't want to hear no 3-1. I don't want to hear none of that. Game three, we are winning. We're winning both games. Taking that shit back to the Garden, tied up, nigga. Best road team in the playoffs, man. 5-1 for a reason, man. I don't know what it is about the Garden where we can't fucking play right at the Garden. All that shit goes out the window when we're on the road. It's us, it's a bunch of Pacers fans, the Pacers against the New York Knicks. And I think that's the best moment we're going to see this team thrive. I don't know what it is about not closing out in the Garden. I've seen it time and time again. We just can't handle business at home. I don't know if it's too much hype. I don't know if it's Fat Joe screaming, yo, Brunson. I don't know if it's Ben Stiller, Tracy Morgan, and his boys. I don't know what the fuck it is. But to get beat twice in the Garden like that, if you're not ready to go to war, if you a so-called fan right now and you're ready to throw in the towel, don't even say shit. Don't even say shit. Because the way that we lost, and you know what pissed me off the most about how we lost, especially last night? Something that you said earlier. They threw in Tony Bradley. Bro, when I tell you, Justin, bro. When I tell you I thought that nigga was out the league, bro. Bro, I swear to God, I thought they signed him last night. I thought they signed him the other day, bro. Bro, the last time I seen Tony Bradley, he was getting picked up by Steven Adams, bro. When the fuck was it? Where the fuck did Tony Bradley come from? You're telling me this Indiana Pacer team run that deep to where they can run Tony Bradley for 20 fucking minutes? They ran Tony Bradley for 20 minutes. And Precious Achua can't get no burn? The hot party can't get no burn, but they're running fucking Tony Bradley, bro. They ran Tony Bradley, bro. They're just doing anything at this point. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. If you're in New York, yo, if you're the Knicks, bro, that's the most disrespectful shit that you could watch happen, bro. They let Tony Bradley run in against fucking Karl-Anthony Towns, and Karl-Anthony Towns did not cook this nigga one bit. Karl-Anthony Towns was supposed to have 35 points last night. If I seen a nigga that has not played for like damn near 2 years, the last man on the bench, bro, the 15th man on the bench just comes in the game in a playoff Eastern Conference Finals game and gets 20. Yo, bro, just thinking about that shit's getting me even more mad now, bro. They ran Tony Bradley, bro. They ran Tony Bradley, bro. Who the fuck is Tony Bradley, bro? I haven't seen that nigga since Chicago, bro. That's the worst part about it, bro. Fuck the Tom Thibodeau not making adjustments. Fuck campaign playing all that fourth quarter minutes. By God means, bro. You have DeLon Wright, a 6'5" point guard on the bench that can play defense. Why the fuck are we running campaign, bro? If he's not hitting threes, he's not doing... Bro, the nigga campaign looks lost out there. Bro, I promise you, bro. If I throw you in there, bro, you will not do the shit campaign does, bro. You will do way more than campaign does, bro. Because it's not like the nigga's playing defense. It's not like the nigga's scoring or playmaking, bro. He's just a body out there, bro. That's free rep, bro. This nigga is using... Yo, bro. Oh, my gosh, bro. But despite all that, despite campaign playing in the fourth fucking quarter, which I never want to, yo, Tom Thibodeau, I will literally personally yoke you to fuck up myself if I see you put in Cameron fucking Payne in the fourth quarter when we're down 1-0 in the series. Fuck that shit. Hell no. Oh my gosh, bro. But let me get myself together, man. Just had to get that out, man. Despite all that, though, I'm confident. We're winning these next 2 games. We're bringing it to the Garden, and we'll take it from there, man. This is a team that's going to fight. This is a team I feel like they learn from their mistakes. Tom Thibodeau. Tom, you're going to have to learn, man. You're going to have to learn. And I think you're going to have to go back to that film, see where you went wrong, because you went wrong in numerous times. Josh Hart. I'm not the one to usually call out Josh Hart. We're going to need more from you offensively. I feel like he's reluctant on taking shots. He's very hesitant on taking shots. Indiana's forced him to be in a position where, you know, we'll let you take some shots. We'll let you take these threes because you're not going to beat us personally. We're going to send help on we're going to send help on Brunson when he's driving. We're going to clog the paint with Cats in there so he's not getting in his post-up groups. We're going to do all that. OG Anunoby, I need more. For Mikal Bridges, I need more. I think right now we need to throw some bodies. Landry Shamet, he's sitting there on the bench. That's somebody that can maybe hit some threes. You throw in campaign. You telling me you could throw in campaign, but you can't throw in the 6'5" shooting Landry Shamet. You can't do that. You can't throw in DeLon Wright. You decide to run with fucking campaign. Are you fucking kidding me? Precious Achua, you let Tony Bradley get in the fucking game. I said, fuck that. I'm throwing Precious Achua, bro. It's like casual versus casual. But despite all that, once again, man, it's going to be tough. I'm not giving up faith. I wholeheartedly believe we're going to these next 2 games. We're winning the next 2 games. Take 1 game at a time. Game 3, we need a win. I don't care if it's ugly. I don't care if we blow them out by 20. I don't give a fuck how you do it. Game 3, you fucking win that game. There's no excuses, man. There's no excuses, man. I don't want to see, bro. If we lose game 3, bro, We might as well get up. I don't even care about winning game 4. I don't want no gentleman sweep. I don't want none of that. But game 3, man, the New York Knicks, this is going to be their most important game of the season, man. You got to show some fucking guts, some heart, some tenacity. You're going to have to grow a set. It starts from Jalen Brunson. Like you said, he hasn't been looking so clutch in that for Mr. Clutch Player of the Year. You're going to need all of that, man. It's cool with the 43 and the 36, and I'm respecting everything Jalen Brunson does. But at a point in time, we need you for a whole 48 engaged. Karl Anthony Towns. Oh my gosh, his defense. Oh my God, hold on. Karl Anthony Towns. There's a reason why you didn't play late until the 4th. There's a reason why. Pascal Siakam saw you as barbecue chicken. The man is licking his fingers, saying this is free food. Anytime there's somebody on Karl Anthony Towns' last night game, that's probably one of the most atrocious defense I probably saw. You're getting beat by everybody, man. You're looking like I could blow by you and score. And I have 2 left feet. Karl Anthony Towns looking like he could get
No,
scored
but
on.
but
Go
Pascal,
ahead. I need to catch my breath.
Pascal. No, I appreciate your confidence, but I feel like if you seen what Green said, right, one of the best defenders of all time, it's very hard to guard Pascal Siakam because there's no set plays for him. So it's not like you can game plan. He's just moving without the ball, just finding the open gaps, right? And just
Right.
taking that open three. If he has the mismatch, I'm gonna back down the little dude. He just does all those little things that just makes his game easy. He's not gonna dribble the ball like he's not the Julius Randle to where he's gonna dribble down the ball and all that, bro. He's just gonna get open, turn over his left shoulder, turn over the right shoulder, face up, and just abuse mismatches, right?
No, all right. I
So
seen it last night too against Jalen Brunson. Just one quick back down, spin right to the basket.
yeah,
He
but that's what I'm
simplifies
saying,
his
bro. You
game.
can't, but you can't play Mitchell Robinson down the stretch of that game. You gotta put in your starters, bro. Because Mitchell Robinson isn't helping you no way offensively, bro. Like you're gonna have like everyone said it, you can't. Mitchell Robinson is good for rebounding, but besides that, bro, Carl Anthony Towns makes way more of an impact, bro. You're gonna have to live and die with those starters, bro. Like you're gonna have to, bro.
I think it's to a point where, yeah, it's do or die time. I think it's either you put both out there, so that way you do get the rebound and you do get the scoring. But at the same time, is somebody's got to take charge too. I think defensively, we just got to put the straps on somebody. I think right now, I think you got to force Tyrese to be a scorer, and I know he could be a scorer, and I know we seen it. But once he starts getting others involved and you start collapsing, trying to help, like I seen one possession when in the 4th quarter where the Knicks started making their run, Jalen Brunson gets the switch on fucking Tyrese Halliburton. You gotta let him like die by that. Like, feel me? If that's the case, you gotta let him die. You cannot collapse help on Tyrese Halliburton because he has the passing game to where he's kicking out to the easiest shot. It's simple driving kick. So Jalen Brunson, you gotta let him drown. You gotta force Tyrese Halliburton to be that scorer. But once he starts getting others involved, once he start getting them outlet passes out, once he start getting the groove of a game and get an understanding of a game, it's hard to keep up because yeah, they have a great offense. Yeah, they play at a fast pace, but they know how to control their pace too. And feel me, I'm not even a Pacers hater, bro. I think right now they've earned the respect of the league. Well, they should have, because when I look at it, every time they're down, they're not out. Like we seen it within the Cleveland series where they were down like, what was it? They was down like 7 points with like 48 seconds to go. We seen it in the Buck series in game 5, man. They was down 10 points in overtime. They don't have no fear, no panic. So you got to match that intensity. That's one thing I've noticed. Like you got to match that intensity. You got to put up offense in a hurry too as well. But more importantly, so like you just got to force one person to be a scorer. Because once you get them playing team basketball, good luck, man. That's how I view it as.
Yeah, that it sound good. That's easier said than done.
Way
Like
easier
whenever
said
you
than done.
right, like whenever you like, and this is not the same defensive team as last year, bro. Last year's Knicks was a better defensive team. Where have you seen that in this playoff run to where they've looked just great defensively?
None, bro. None. I
Like,
say
so I don't think you magically just inherit that for Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Once again, I had the Knicks winning 3 games. It's just losing both at home is not ideal, right?
Losing game one like that.
No team has ever came back and really won to do that though, bro. This Knicks team is
There's
this
one
Knicks
person that I have known in recent years.
with the O2 thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talking about Kawhi Leonard.
King James against the Boston Celtics in 2018.
Yeah, but bro,
Yeah, I know we don't got LeBron.
LeBron's not on that team. Like, it's just listen, gang. I'm not even trying to hate, but I'm thinking about it like the same thing happened last series with the Pacers. They won the first two games, then they got smacked at home for that game three against the Cavs, bro. They know that they're not gonna make that same mistake, bro. Even if the Knicks win one of the games in Indiana, I don't see now the Pacers just dropping both games now, bro, at home, bro. Listen, have your confidence, do all that, bro. I ain't gonna take that away from you. But if you're watching the games, bro, I don't
No,
see how
realistically, I
now
know.
anyone sees how the Knicks just win the series. Can they still win some game? Not taking that away. They're in the Eastern Conference Finals, which means they should be able to win a game. But losing those first two, bro. No, not even game. It was the game one. That
Yeah, the
was
game
the
one
game.
collapse.
Y'all so like you need to win that game. Period. Like there's no you give that one away. Well, now we get to towards the end of the series. You look back. It was that game one.
Yeah, that's
Bro,
all they're
like
gonna say.
it just was. I'm literally watching them up by 14 in the fourth quarter of that game one. I'm picking up my dinner, bro. I'm like, yo, they got it. The Knicks won. Listen, the Knicks is on, and every minute it was like, what
That
the
lead start
fuck?
getting smaller and smaller.
Like, bro, like it was,
That
and then
lead start
Tyrese,
getting.
bro, and I thought that was the three for him to drive, come back out. Just literally chuck it over Mitchell. That was the Kawhi Leonard bounce, bro.
Yeah, that was
Like, bro, like
certain
that.
stuff you can't explain. But that one you just can't explain. That was just luck, bro. That was basketball God saying that you guys play with your food. Y'all baited. That's really what it is, man. You played with your food too much, man. You didn't close out. You didn't hit timely free throws. And one thing I say about that game, they Indiana knows how to use their challenges. They know how
Yeah,
to
bro.
use their challenges. They got two timely
Coaching,
challenges.
bro.
Yeah, they got two
Rick
timely
Carlisle
challenges.
has outcoached Tom Thibodeau.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's a chess match, and right now we getting our ass whooped in
We can talk
chess.
about points and all that, but Tyrese Halliburton has outplayed Jalen Brunson, bro.
It's debatable.
No, that's the name of the program. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But it's not about points, bro. You know in the play, bro. You said this to me. No matter how you win, get it done, bro. It's not about stats. When it matters most, he steps up. He gets his teammates involved. He's been a better player than Brunson, bro. I'm not saying he scored more because he hasn't. But player for player, 48 minutes, bro, he has outplayed him in both games. You just gotta call a spade a spade. Like it just
It,
is what it is, bro.
it's
Like
debate.
listen,
It's debatable.
it's tough to see. All
It's
right, so no,
debatable.
you're saying it's debatable. You think Brunson is outplayed? Explain why. I said why.
I didn't say they outplayed. I say they're
So
both
what's
playing.
debatable? No, you
I,
said it's
I
debatable.
I
What are you debating?
I think that they played on the same playing field. I think the others
No,
have been more crucial.
no, because in
Yes.
crucial moments where you can't mess up, Jalen Brunson has messed up. Look last night. Why are you grabbing the jersey of Neesmith on that inbound, putting them on the free throw line? Why are you doing that for? Because you can't defend. The tape ain't gonna lie. Except look at the tape.
Listen, it's debatable, bro. It's
Yo, he
debatable.
can't let
I
this. I
say,
listen,
well,
listen. You can't let it go. I understand. I understand. You can't let it
no, it's
go right
debatable.
now. But listen,
I
bro.
listen, man.
I'm just
It ain't.
calling it. I got no stake. I got no horse in this race, bro. I'm an adopted Pacers fan. That's it. I'm not like. I'm just calling
Listen,
a
bro.
spade,
All I
bro.
know is that it ain't over till the fat bitch sings, man.
Facts, bro. Facts. But right now, y'all need to focus on winning the game because it seems like y'all are struggling with that. Like it's just not like y'all just
Listen,
can't
bro.
see to
Listen, bro.
listen, bro. You did it. Listen. You know my
Listen, bro.
Lakers got
Tough
killed
time.
by Rudy Gobert. I know how it feels. But
Listen, bro. Tough times,
I'm just
bro.
saying, bro. I know it hurt you. Yo, Seb,
Pressure makes
look.
diamonds. Pressure makes
Yo,
diamonds,
Seb,
bro.
Seb, 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 I know it hurts right here, bro. It hurts. Like, those games are hurting right now. But listen, bro, keep your confidence. You claiming y'all gonna win the next two games.
We're
Like,
winning the next two,
do,
bro.
look. Do that. And we'll talk that. But listen, bro, game by
Mhm.
game, the Pacers team, from management to coaching, ball boys, cheerleaders, whatever you want to say on that damn organization, y'all getting outplayed. You're now changing your prediction to 7. Okay, so now let's put this on tape. So you started off saying in 6. So you're saying you was wrong about that prediction.
We're winning four straight. If you won four
No,
straight,
bro, no. Are you saying or you was wrong? Just yes or no?
yeah, obviously, bro.
Oh,
See
wait.
now,
Yo,
if we won game one, if we
I
won
hate,
game one,
yo, I hate black people. He said, obviously. Like, what do you mean, obviously?
what do you
Use the one
mean,
that
bro?
Nixon 6. Nixon 6. No. Yo, so you're piss and 5.
All right, watch this. All right, watch this. You know what? I'm doubling down. I'm doubling down. We're winning it. We're winning the next four. That's what you want to hear.
Yeah.
That's what you want to hear. That's what you want to hear. We're winning the next four, baby. That's it, man.
Yeah.
Put a
Yeah.
thumbs down. Nixon
Yeah.
6,
This
man.
nigga said they're winning the next fight.
Clip this shit, bro. I don't know what you got to do,
Hold
but you're
on,
gonna
hold
look
on.
back at this. No, we're gonna look back at this
Hold
tape.
on.
We're winning the next. We're winning the next four, man. Clean sweep, man. All that shit was cute, but now the big boy belt, come on, man. And we're putting belt to ass for the next 4 games. Stamp it. Guaranteed.
Listen, Josh Hart, Locked Hart, Walmart. Paces of 5.
Bro, it's not happening. Yo, can we talk about the other series? You act like there's not another series going on, man.
Wait, why?
Yo, what do you
Where's
mean,
all the
bro?
Knicks fans at? I keep looking for them, and they're nowhere to be found. I keep knocking. I'm like,
Bro,
hello,
they're
Knicks
here, bro.
fans,
Trust
where
me,
are
they're here,
you?
bro. They're here, bro. Trust me, they're here, man.
Wait, guys, look.
Just watch. Just watch.
I found one. He has a headset on his. Wait, hold on. He sees us. Knicks. Is that? Is that? There you. Oh, my
Bro, how
fault, Silver.
old are we, man?
Huh?
How old are we? I didn't even show you this bad when the I didn't even show you this bad when Rudy Gobert had 2020. And then you're gonna come with me at this shit.
Facts. Facts. But it seems
This
like
is
we
how you
didn't
gonna
have
do
a.
me, nigga.
Hold on. We lost. We got our ass kicked by Rudy Gobert. But we didn't have a center. Y'all seem to have two centers, and y'all can't stop
Bro,
Tony Bradley.
I don't want to hear your excuse, bro. Don't fucking mention that name again, bro. I'm leaving the show, bro. I'm gonna do
I'm
like the
just
other guy
saying
did,
he
bro.
came and
Don't
gave good minutes. It seemed
next
like
topic,
Mitchell Robinson couldn't do nothing to put
bro.
Bradley
No,
in the game.
next
Like
topic, bro. I
TJ
don't want to. Yo,
McConnell just cooking campaign
next
on a
topic,
damn time. Like I don't get it. Like
next topic, bro. You just pissed me
these
off when you
niggas
said
getting
Tony
paid
Bradley,
millions of dollars.
bro.
Neesmith
Stop
hit
saying
six
Tony
threes in a
Bradley,
row. You
bro.
gonna
Stop
guard
saying.
him or you're not gonna
I
guard
might
him?
have
Like
to
what are
remove
you
you
gonna
off the
do?
stage, bro. I can't do this no more,
So,
bro.
what are we? Are you gonna
In
run
other
now?
news,
No, 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 no,
You
no,
start
no,
talking
no, no,
about
no.
Tony
I
Bradley, bro.
don't
That
want to
shit
talk about
pissing.
the Minnesota Timberwolves. I want to talk about the New York Knicks. Why can't y'all win, Seb? You sold me false dreams. Where are the wins at? Where's the
The wins are
championship?
coming, bro. The
Where? Oh,
wins.
they're coming.
Yeah, just wait tomorrow. Just wait
Oh,
tomorrow. See what we do tomorrow.
tomorrow.
See what we do tomorrow. See what we do.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow's a new
Tomorrow.
day, man. A new day, a new opportunity.
Tomorrow. I love
You're
you.
gonna wake up to orange and
Tomorrow.
blue skies. You're gonna wake up. You
Oh,
know it's gonna be
orange
a good
and
day.
blue skies, man. Orange and blue skies, man.
Listen, bro. Tomorrow you're gonna enjoy yourself tomorrow, man. Just
You're
sit
not
back and
watching the
watch.
Daytona thing in Indiana right now. The racing, you're not watching.
I'm not even watching Caitlin Clark in Indiana right now.
Oh yeah. Because I think they just beat the Liberty's ass too. So
No, they
they.
didn't. They lost, and she got strapped up.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, she got strapped up by who was it? I don't know, man. And
Damn.
by the way, one thing about the NBA, WNBA, I like to see for you media outlets, you guys are ruining the game of basketball itself. I don't want to hear nothing.
Everyone, hold on. What you're not gonna do is try to change the subject. Your team's getting your ass kicked. I don't hear about the WNBA. I don't hear about the media. Talk about your team, bro.
I already said what I had to say. I said we're
Oh, yeah,
winning
so you
the
got
next
nothing else
two.
to say.
There's nothing else to be said. Just watch
Oh,
it
there's
coming to
nothing else to be
fruition.
said.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
nothing less to say,
Why
nigga.
did
What the
Jalen
fuck?
Brunson foul him on the inbound, grab his jersey? Your opinion.
Listen, man, I don't want to talk about the past, man. I'm living in the future right now.
Oh, the
I'm living right
pass.
now,
So
man.
those two losses you're saying don't matter.
You swipe it under the rug, you move on to the next one. It
You
ain't over till the
swipe
fat
it
bitch sing.
under the rug.
Swipe it under the rug. Amnesia. You forget about that shit, man.
Oh,
We still got
amnesia.
business. We still got business to handle, man. Come on, man.
Can you spell amnesia?
No, I was never good at spelling.
Okay. Okay, I'm just asking. My fault.
Certain people are good at stuff in life. Spelling was not my forte.
All right, so I guess my trolling is done for now. I just wanted Seb to understand that his team is letting him down right now. Even
They
though
ain't
he
letting me
shouldn't
down.
even you shouldn't really care because you're not a real Knicks fan, but I'll still let you slide.
Listen, man.
So
Who was when I first came on this show? What did I tell you about that man, Jalen Brunson? What did I tell you and Jalen? Everybody's saying it's a bad pickup. He ain't gonna do shit. I said, yo, he's the future.
Okay.
Trust me, bro. I was there with the Randall, the Marcus Morris, and the Bobby Portis all playing.
Nah, bro, that's
I
not
was there
gonna
for the
sell
Fizdale
nothing,
era.
bro.
I was there for the
You should
Fizdale
really
era.
apologize to real Knicks fans because you're not a real one. You're a bandwagon Knicks fan, bro.
Yeah, all
Stop.
right, call it what you want, bro. I was in there for
First,
the success.
apologize to the real fans who've been through
What am I apologize for?
real tough
I was with
times,
them for the
bro.
Fizdale era. I was with them for the Lou Amundsen.
Oh my god, bro. You
I
know
wasn't there for the Lou
I'm
Amundsen.
disgusted with you, bro.
I wasn't there for the Lou
When
Amundsen.
we was in high school, you didn't mention the Knicks not one fucking time.
Yeah, I did Knicks tapes. Yeah, I did Knicks tape.
I know, no, I'm all Knicks fans. If y'all see this, I on the behalf of this debatable, I'll apologize for Seb because he's not the world once feeling the pain. I rock with y'all, not this bandwagon ass nigga who just hopped onto the Knicks and now he thinks that he's the one that's gonna give them the energy to win Game 3. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I
Now I'm
am,
tight.
bro. Listen,
Now I'm
man.
tight,
I
bro.
don't give a fuck if you tight, nigga.
When this series is over, I want you to get the fuck out of New York City, bro. Cause it's niggas like you that's fucking tainting the shit.
How am I taking this shit? If anything, I'm
Because
bringing
you're
light
not
to
a
this
real
shit. If
fan.
anything, I'm
You're
bringing
not a
light to
real
this shit.
fan,
I'm bringing
bro.
light to this shit. What
You're
the
not
fuck
a
are you
real
talking about?
fan.
What the
You're
fuck you talking about?
not.
I'm bringing light to
Like
this shit. I'm bringing
who
light to this
who
shit.
who has lived in New York their whole life and now when they turn to a grown ass man, I'm a Knicks fan. What kind of bitch shit is that? Like you're not a
Me,
real
nigga, what the
fan.
fuck? First
You're
of all, you
not a
don't
real
have a team. You
fan,
don't
bro.
even have a
You're
team.
not a
Why am
real
I talking to a
fan.
nigga that doesn't
You're
have a
not
team?
a real
Why
fan
am
of
I
the
arguing with
Knicks.
a nigga that doesn't
You're
have a
not a real
team?
fan.
What are you a fan of,
You
nigga?
wasn't
You
a
a fan
fan
of
when
one
Carmelo
man,
Anthony
nigga.
was
You
there.
worship a man like
You
Jesus
wasn't a
Christ.
fan when
Why
Amari
am I talking
Stoudemire
to
was
a nigga
there.
that
You
doesn't
wasn't
have
talking
a
about the
team?
Knicks during
What
win
am I
Saturday.
talking
You're
to a
not a
nigga that doesn't
fan.
have a team?
Like
What am I
but you're
talking
not
to
a
a nigga
real
that doesn't have a
fan.
team?
Like it
Why
doesn't
am I
make
arguing
any
with a nigga
sense.
that doesn't have a team?
Apologize
You
to the Knicks
what am I
community
talking to? So
because you're trying to come through the
you went
back
from
door and you're
Cleveland.
not a
Hold on,
fan.
you went from Cleveland. You went to
You're not
Miami.
a
You went
fan.
back to Cleveland, and now you're a Lakers fan. You don't know what you want, bro. You just follow one man like he's Jesus Christ, bro. You worship one man, bro. I can't talk to a nigga like that, bro. You don't have a team, bro. You don't like players, bro. You like one individual, wherever, bro. That nigga could go to Charlotte, bro. I guarantee you, buying a number 23 Hornets jersey by Mitch Kupchak. I mean,
Nah,
what am
nah.
I talking to a nigga like
Hey,
that?
you're right. But listen, cause once again, feelings is one thing, but facts are facts. How long I've been a LeBron fan, Seb? Don't do that. How
So what
long,
am I
Seb?
talking to a nigga
No,
for?
no, 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 no. Hold on, wait. I'm asking you a question. How long?
So did you ever like
Since
a
you
team?
know, hold on, but Seb, let's be real combo.
Did you
Since
ever
you
like a
know,
team?
can I wait? I'm answering your question.
I'm
I swear
asking
to
you,
God,
have you
just
ever liked
answer
a team
my
before? Have you ever said I'm a genuine
Seb.
fan of this team? I'm asking you.
All right,
Or is it LeBron?
I'll answer your question after that. Please answer mine. What's your question? I can hear fluently. Go ahead.
Sorry, I lost my voice real quick. My question was, have you ever been a genuine fan of a team?
Of a full team. Now, what do you mean by that? Because aren't the players on like so? No, because I don't understand that
Like,
question.
have you ever had a favorite team?
Yeah, like right now, because of the player, the team I like. Yeah,
It took you how long? How old are you? 26 years to have a
No, but
team.
I've always. What are you talking? See, he's trying to do a narrative now. Since
I ain't
since
turning to
you've known, no, I answered your question. Since you've known me, have I not just been a LeBron fan? Since you've known
yes.
me,
You worship one
how
man.
long have you known me?
You worship one man.
How long have you known me, bro?
Oh, quite sometimes, man. I say over a
No, it's
decade
how
now.
long? Because what I don't like, you ask me something, I give you the full answer. When
Yes,
it's
I
the
just
other
said
way
I knew
around,
you
you
for
gotta
a
hoop around every
decade.
question. How long have you known me?
10 plus.
So for 10 plus years, I've been jacking the same thing.
Yeah.
So then what are you talking about?
I said you're
Yeah, he's
not a
moved
fan
from
of a
team to
team.
team. Yeah, I didn't tell him to go from team to team. The fuck?
You're a fan of one player. I genuinely became a fan of a team before they became
No,
what
but
they
then
are
it would
today.
be like, no, but then here's why you're wrong. Because if that was really the case, when the Lakers, I wouldn't have cared about how they played. I would have been watching LeBron and just, I'm a LeBron dude. He's on the Lakers, so I have to watch the team. I don't watch all these games just to. What are you talking about?
Yeah, because you're a fan of
LeBron,
one
LeBron
player.
could be not playing in the game, literally out with injury, and I'm still
Yes,
watching.
but
If I wasn't a
that
fan, why would I be watching when he's not fucking playing?
all right, because hear me out, because what they do without him still affects what he does on the court.
No, but you have people who are just fan of players. If that player is not playing, you're not going to watch. That's like there's some
Yes,
people
but they
who's a
still
fan of
hold
certain
their
niggas in
team.
WWE. They may not watch those shit. They want to watch that one dude.
That's
What you're
two
trying
different
to do
things.
is make me like
That's
you because you're not a real Knicks fan and you're a
that's
fucking bandwagon.
that's cool. That's
Like
cool by me, bro.
it's
That's
cool
cool
because
by
you're
me.
trying to lie, bro. Like
What do
what?
you mean?
Lie,
I never
lie
said
for
I was a
what?
diehard Knicks fan.
Niggas,
If everybody,
Knicks fans are gonna turn into liars because their team is now losing. Now he wants to fucking lie.
yo,
Like,
listen,
yo,
that's
that's
cool. I
immature,
literally
bro. Like,
said
stop, bro.
2020. I literally said 2020. You can
Stop,
say all you
bro.
want. I literally said
2020.
2020.
Do you see how gay that sound, bro? You're not a real
2020.
fan.
Okay,
2020.
say it how you want.
So
Say it
you
how you
so
want,
you
bro.
became a fan because you had to stay inside because of COVID.
No, this was before COVID.
Ah, we got him, everybody.
This was
We
before
got
COVID.
him. Now you had to watch the Knicks channel because you couldn't go outside.
Nope. I was placing Knicks money line. I was placing Knicks
Yeah.
money line
Was
before it
you
was
a
even a
fan
thing.
during was you a fan during Linsanity?
I fucked with it. Yeah.
No, that's not what I asked you. Was you a fan of the Knicks?
I fucked with it. Yeah. That was like my second team.
I would hate for you to be in court. You going to jail. You can't answer a single fucking question. Like,
I
was you
answered
a
your question.
fan?
Yeah, I fucked with the team.
No, you're
A
lying because
diehard fan? No,
you
that
never
was in
once
my
talked
era.
about it. I never heard you talk about it.
That was in my era.
The real fans talked about it all day.
That was in my era.
Oh, it wasn't your era.
Yeah, it wasn't my era. Everybody know my era. My era split apart, bro. So you gotta reside where you stay, man.
I feel
Imagine
bad.
not welcoming
I
somebody
feel
from New
bad
York.
for y'all real Knicks fans out there. You got people really trying to leech onto y'all, and I apologize. But the games
Leech on to
tonight,
what? Leech on to what?
oh, because now they're having success. Now everybody's putting their chests out. But when they had Lou Amundsen starting at center, you wasn't a fucking fan.
Why the fuck would I be a fan of that?
That's the
Why?
thing. You
Why
ride
the
with
fuck
your
would I be?
team through highs and
And
lows.
so
We
okay,
just
and
bagged him. A
okay,
grown ass man. We just bagged him. A
okay.
grown
So hear
ass
me out.
man.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
We
So
just
hear me
bagged
out.
him for being a
Hear me out.
bandwagon.
Hear me out.
Why would I
So
be
when
a
my Aaron,
fan if Lou Amundsen does it? Because you're a Knicks fan. You go through the highs and the lows. That's a real
okay,
fan. What the hell are you
and
talking
all right,
about?
all right.
You're a
So
bandwagon.
all right,
You are
so
a
so answer my
bandwagon
question.
fan.
Answer my question.
You're a
So what was my
bandwagon
team
fan.
before? What was my team before?
The hell? You was the Oklahoma City Thunder from what I know.
Yeah. And
You
what
don't
happened?
you don't jack them.
Yeah. And the thing is, wouldn't it be a perfect time to say I'm an Oklahoma City Thunder fan?
If you wanted to, but you're not a fan.
Right. With them
So
being in the
I
conference
don't get what
finals
you
right now, with
saying.
all
Yeah,
the
you're a
success they had,
bandwagon Knicks fan.
with all the
Just say
success
yeah.
that they had,
All right, but what's wrong with just saying yes? You're not going to jail, Seth.
I
You're a
just said
bandwagon Knicks
yes.
fan.
I
So
just
leave
said
it
yes, but
alone now. Why are you
no,
trying
but
to
don't
argue
make it
with
seem
me?
like now that they're all of a sudden nice. Like I wasn't right there when they was dead ass dead last. When I literally said I
Dead
became a fan.
last?
Yes.
So tonight on ABC, we're gonna have the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Oklahoma City Thunder, game 3. We've seen the Timberwolves drop both games. Well, Well, yeah, they lost both games. I wouldn't say drop like they were the home team, but they did lose both games. Oklahoma City, they just riding on the wave of momentum right now. Shout out to Shea Gilgeous Alexander for being named, Kia NBA MVP. Definitely well deserved. He started crying when he started talking about his girl. Um, but hey, listen, bro. He's getting the job done, right? Jalen Williams has been stepping up, right? We've been seeing a little more from Chet, and just that defense, man, right? They could only be up 2 to 4 points, bro, and then the other team has had 2 or 3 turnovers, and now they're on a 10 to 12 run, bro. The crowd starts getting into it. It just gets real nasty, bro. I didn't want to have this conversation, but we're going by game. Come here, Julius Randle. Come here. Hey, listen. When you was doing good, we gave you your credit. You was performing like a top 5 dude in the playoffs. Until until this series, game one just was not able to get it done. Game two, you started putting up James Harden numbers, tour dates we like to call them, right? Anthony Edwards tried to do his thing, but he's gonna need more help, bro. He didn't get nothing from Rudy Gobert. Jaden McDaniels was solid, but he can only do so much. Nas Reed. What? Seb, can I ask you a question? What happened to Nas Reed? Wasn't this
Nas,
the man who was sixth man of the year last year?
he ain't feeling like himself anymore, man. He ain't feeling
Why is
like himself.
why is he playing like Matt Bonner?
That's a throwback.
Like I don't. And shout out to Matt Bonner. He's actually a good player. But the point I'm trying to make, I just don't understand. You getting paid this money, six man of the year award last year. I'm pretty sure you're probably getting more minutes seeing that Carl Anthony Towns on the team no more. You're getting more minutes, just in that front court. I don't get it. Without if he's not gonna be averaging like at least 12 to 15 points a game, they can't win this series. Especially if Julius Randle gonna have 9 points. It's just listen, man. You can't. This Thunder team, watching it reminds me of the Golden State Warriors. Not because they had Kevin Durant and all this stuff, because there's no room for error. You can't have a bad quarter against this Oklahoma City Thunder team, because then you're gonna find yourself down 10 points. And now trying to come back down from 10 points against a team that's number one in defense and everything, it's not gonna work. So this series is over. Um, like I said, I think the finals is not gonna be the Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. The only way the Timberwolves win this is Ant literally turns into Michael Jordan. And just with this defense, I just don't think it can happen. And still so young, I don't think he's perfected how to be the best version of himself. Right? LeBron James, when he first came into the league, he still understood it, but it wasn't the full form per se, right? So I had to work on the jump shot. Look, I just heard Danny Green talking about Kawhi Leonard. He said when he came into the league, he couldn't even shoot. They literally had to reconstruct his jump shot because he had the big hands and all that. But then continued to get better, and now look what he's at, bro. Right? But that took some time, bro. You have to go through those growing pains in San Antonio. Are we? I think Ant's been so good to start off his career. Whenever he has growing pains, we kind of put it towards he's just either not training enough or not doing this right or the baby mama stuff and all this extra stuff when it's still growing pains. Not everyone comes out and wins championships early like a Magic Johnson, like a Dwayne Wade, right? It just doesn't always per se happen like that. You're gonna have to lose. Sometimes you may lose in the Western Conference Finals 3, 4 times in a row. Until you can get that bug off your back, right? Michael Jordan couldn't get past the Boston Celtics, right, with Larry Bird and all them until who came along, sir?
That man, Scottie Pippen.
Right, and Jordan also had to keep getting better. He had to get stronger, had to perfect the fadeaway, had to perfect the mid-range game, had to become a better three-point shooter, had to learn how to get his teammates involved. Anthony Edwards is still learning, so I don't. If they lose this season, they get swept. I'm not gonna just bash on Anthony Edwards, bro. They need to keep building out this team, right? I don't know if Mike Conley is the starting point guard moving forward. I really think they need to develop Rob Dillingham because I feel he has a way higher ceiling right now than what Michael Conley can do for you. And Rudy Gobert. I mean, I already know people don't change as they get older, but you could still work on your offensive game.
It's quiet. It's
I'm
quiet.
just throwing it out there. I'm just saying you could work on a little post hook or like so, but I just don't I just don't understand. But go ahead, sir.
Well, like I figured the series is over. I don't see this Minnesota team winning maybe more than I'll be generous and give them 2 games, but realistically, this might be a sweep. I think right now that they just outmatched more so on the defensive end. Like I said in the beginning when we was going over the series, OKC team, they're gonna beat you down defensively. It's gonna be a wear and tear defensively. Like I said with Chet Holmgren, it kind of disrupts the flow of them getting to the basket. Also another thing too, these young guards, they really are very mobile. They're very switchable. When I look at a guy like Casey Wallace, somebody that plays defensive lanes as well as Alex Caruso, Shea Gilgis. When I look from top to bottom, I look at people that are just all defenders. When I look at it, J Dub just made second team all defense. Shea Gilgis just top two or top three in steals this season. Lou Dort is first team all defense. You got two players that are all defensive players, and that really kind of sets you off. So whether if they're hitting shots or missing shots, they're gonna play that end of the floor to where they'll keep the game under, and to where we have the MVP and Shea Gilgis Alexander. Yeah, we'll live by that because at the end of the day, he has this thing to where, and people hate it. They'll call him a free throw merchant or whatever the fuck it is. If you can manipulate the game to where you can get your shots off, and if you're not getting your shots off, you're getting yourself to the line, it's gonna build frustration to the other team now. And quite frankly, I have no problem with what Shea Gilchrist is doing right now. Because like I seen Jay Williams said, all the greats have done it. I've seen James Harden do it numerous times. I've seen guys like Kobe Bryant. Drawing a foul is a skill. Regardless how they blow the whistle, however they call it, it's a skill at the end of the day. And it gives you free points at the line, and it's work for them. Do not fix what's broken. I don't care what NBA Twitter has to say about none of that, though, because at the end of the day, you're giving your team the best position, the best chance to win these games. And right now, they're 2 games away from the fucking from the NBA Finals, man. You haven't been to the finals since 2012. So for them right now, everything's going well for them. I like what I've seen from Chet Holmgren. He has definitely taken the initiative of scoring a little bit more, as well as just, being a defender and just grabbing these rebounds. Like usually before, it'd be hard size job to crash the boards, but Chet Holmgren is getting in there. He's being physical with the Julius Randle, with the Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is shut out in this thing, and this is the tough assignment. This is what I talked about. He ain't really seen no real defender. I mean, he ain't really see no real center. He didn't see none in the Lakers series. He definitely didn't see no real center in the fucking Golden State series. Go ahead.
Rudy Gobert was struggling in the Lakers series until Jackson Hayes was not playing anymore, and
Yeah,
JJ Redick decided to put in Maxi Kleber. Just wanted to
yeah.
point that.
Shut out. So, like I said, he's been shut out. He's ran into 2 centers where he can't do shit. And like you said, you want him to develop. It's not happening, bro. It's not happening, bro. You like Tracy McGrady said it best. What does Rudy Gobert work on offensively in the offseason? You don't see it. I just seen him doing a drill where he's struggling. And don't get me wrong, this is not to bash Rudy Gobert. Shout out to what he's done for his career. He made you
Don't bring up that drill I sent you where he was chugging at the layups. Don't even bring that up.
not even that. You didn't see the 2 basketball dribble. Like, there's
Oh,
another
okay.
one.
I probably didn't see that one.
Oh, check it out, man. It's not gonna surprise you on how it looks, bro. Check it out. Well, yeah, but on the Minnesota things, like I just feel like this team just they ran into their match. They really ran into the better team, and it's not like it's nothing to take away from what they've been doing, but they just ran into the better team. I think right now this is gonna be a tough ask for Julius Randle to play better. I think in that for game one, he had an amazing first half, but if you look at his second half, he scored his first bucket in the second half late in the fourth. So they make these adjustments to where they could shut you out. They have this thing now to where we're not gonna let you get comfortable. Anthony Edwards gonna do his thing regardless because he's that superstar player. But I feel like the others just haven't found the groove of things. I think for game 3, this is very crucial for the Timberwolves to even have some type of hope on making this series competitive. I think right now everybody got to show up Jaden Daniels got to show up. Who else got to show up? Nas Reed, like you said, I feel like he's been playing kind of soft, like settling for just jump shots, not being aggressive at the basket. I feel like they just letting the foul call frustrate them and throw them off their game. And you can't have that. You got to be poised, man. If you want to make this a series or even think about making this a series, everybody got to be firing on this team. There's got to be the Minnesota Timberwolves team that I see that when they're on and they're clicking offensively, that's a tough team to beat. So right now, Oklahoma City's playing with house money because at the end of the day, they know they could turn it up another notch to when they need to. They know when it's time to really lock in, they have to. But Minnesota got to be engaged for the whole 48 minutes. It can't be where you're playing catch up. You actually got to have a lead. If anything, you need to have a lead to where you're up maybe 15 to where now if Oklahoma City do make a run, you could always, time manage how you want to keep your lead. But if it's just a neck and neck game or just even moving forward where OKC's up and now you're playing catch up, you're not going to win that game. And once OKC have a lead, go ahead.
No, finish, bro.
Yeah, like I was saying, that once the Oklahoma City Thunder have a lead, they're not one to really blow the lead or just like lose it unless you have like a magnificent performance or a superstar-ish performance. But other than that, yeah, I got the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think that they win game 3. I think that just being at home, like I said, role players play better at home. So we should see more from a Nas Reed, a Mike Conley, Dante DiVincenzo. Just everybody just gonna step up. I think that the crowd's gonna be behind them. I think Anthony Edwards is fueling that energy in his team's back to where he's saying, "Yo, like we got this. Like, feel me? This is we're at home. There's no reason why we shouldn't we shouldn't win in the Target Center."
Yeah, I need to see an adjustment, like a real adjustment, because I don't. This is what I would do because I think they're more down in this series than people even realize. I'm taking out Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert out that starting lineup, and I'm putting in Rob Dillingham and Nas Reed. I just feel like you may get a little worse defensively per se, but at least you'll be better offensively. I need players that's gonna make a huge impact. Mike Conley, uh, respect to Mike Conley, right? I grew up on Mike Conley back when he was on the Memphis Grizzlies, having those battles with the Clippers and Dallas and things like that. He's a vet in this game, and no disrespect towards him, but this is not the series for him.
Right.
There's too many young dudes running out there. Shea and you talk about Cason Wallace, Dort, and all these young, agile. It's not for him. Sorry, it worked in that Lakers series. It's not working this series. Sorry to tell you that. And Rudy Gobert, he's just been played off the floor. He gained a little bit of confidence with that game he got against the Lakers, but that was because we literally had no center. I'm pretty sure a 7-foot center with any brain cells left could score against no centers. Any formidable center, damn, if we had fucking Tony Bradley at that point, I'm pretty sure Rudy go. I'm sorry,
Saying that.
I'm just saying, like I didn't know he was
Do
still a
this on
formidable.
purpose.
No, I'm just saying, like if we had anybody to stop him, we would have. But that case is already closed. We're here now. You have two formidable centers, and you can't do shit. So you're just gonna have to make an adjustment, right? You gotta just move some pieces around because that same thing that you're gonna run is not just magically not gonna work in Oklahoma. I mean, in Minnesota. Sorry to tell you that. Now, what's gonna happen? I need if the Timberwolves is gonna win Game 3, they're gonna have to blitz them in the first quarter, and
Yep.
then just build off that. So sort of like how that Memphis game where they killed them until Ja got hurt, and you need to try to beat them like that. But then even still, look how they came back in that game. This team is never dead out of the water, so you're really gonna have to put it on them, bro. And I just don't know if the Timberwolves are gonna be able to do that just with this defensive team that they're facing. So yeah, I don't know who's gonna win Game 3, but I just don't think the Timberwolves is gonna win this series.
At least it's something we all agree on.
You know what I mean?
But
So go ahead.
nah, I was gonna move. I was gonna ask you something not related to this, but if you want to finish up the segment, then we could.
No, I mean the segment's really done. What do you guys say?
Any thoughts on the NBA's all NBA selections?
All
Anyone you
NBA
thought you
stuff.
got snubbed? Maybe all NBA, all
Nah, I
defensive.
can't say that because there's a criteria and a rule. It's not like MVP, right? There's a rule.
Right? Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you follow the
65 game
rule and
minimum.
you got a certain, then you made it. Yeah. So no, I don't.
Anybody thought should have been maybe higher, lower?
No. Listen,
Okay.
that's not. I nah. Like I'm not. Nah. Like those top five was gonna be the top five, right? I kind of knew that was gonna be second team having LeBron, Steph, and them. Nah, I wasn't surprised. I think they kind of got it right, just based off the criteria and everything. I didn't have a problem with any of the old NBAs.
All right, fair enough. Now, I just want to get your opinion on that. Feel me? A lot of time people usually say somebody got snubbed or somebody should have been first team or second team, but
Yeah. Tobias should have been first team, and Jalen Duren should have been third team, and all these random ass players. Yeah. Try again next year. Try to stay healthy and play better, and then maybe you'll be on the damn All NBA. We're not gonna baby these players, bro. I'm tired of babying all these millionaires and billionaires and all this baby treatment. You didn't make it. Get fucking better.
respect, my man, respect for that one.
Here's a side note. Shout out to Gilly and Wallow for going on the podcast P shit. Paul George, are you gonna play better? Cause I feel like you still not. Like I just don't see how now because Gilly started talking real shit. Now you going to just play better. Like what did you think of that sit down and that interaction? Cause I loved it.
Yeah. Shout out to Gilly and Wallow, especially Gilly. That's some real nigga shit right there. Because as much as you a fan of the teams, he's not what you say babying these players or none of that. When you play for a city, you have sort of expectations. And he made a great point to where he said, like, yo, I'm not gonna lie. If the Eagles didn't win, yo, the Philly fans would have been on your ass for real. Like, feel me? If the
Facts.
Eagles dead ass did not win, that's a great point. They would have been on the 76ers ass. Because not one did you not make the playoffs. You barely played and they paid you good. They paid you around like
Nigga,
two
you
hundred
ain't make the
something.
play in.
Yeah, they paid you good. Big fella, like he gets paid good. Trust me, he's taken care of. He just went out in the Olympics and he played all those games in the Olympics, and now you're telling me you can't play for a team that pays you. I understand the frustration, and he's somebody that he named a bunch of players. He said, "Yo, even though Allen Iverson ain't win a shit, he gave the city his heart. Like, feel me, he played hard. Jason Kelsey, I forgot he named another person, but feel me, like as a fan of a team, that's all you ask for. That's all you ask for in a team, man. At least show up and at least compete, man. But when we sign you for this amount of money and we have a certain expectation and we fall not even short, fall off a cliff off of the expectations, it's like, damn, son, what are you really doing for us? And I like how he didn't sugarcoat nothing. He didn't mean no disrespect by it, but he's telling you how fans feel. And I think a lot of times, players want to be like, oh, like feel me, like oh, like feel me, like what about us as players? Like feel me, you get paid as a fan. You don't get paid to be a fan. You as a fan, you do it because you love the team. You like the team. You reps your city, man. The players that come to this city to represent the sports team, feel me. You look at them like yo, like you're putting on for our city. Like you put on the hype. When people talk about like Philly, they're gonna talk about Allen Iverson. When they talk about Chicago, they talk about Michael Jordan. They talk about Derrick Rose. When you talk about like Cleveland, they talk about LeBron James. Like certain players represent a city. And as a player of your status, you represent the city. So you making the city look bad when you're not there performing, when you're an all NBA caliber type of player, when you get this amount of money and we don't even make the playoffs. When we were sold on something called trusting the process for how many years? We trusted the process. We went through Ben Simmons, we went through James Harden, we did all this. Now you're here and you're telling me we can't make a playoffs? You're telling me like we always have some type of
Niggas went
excuse?
through fuck them names. Let's go back. Nick Skauskis. Um
Nerlens
Nerlens
Noel, Jeremy
Nerlens Noel,
Grant,
Jaleel Okafor. Like who are we missing right now? Tony Roten.
Tony Rowe. Yo,
I used
that's
to
a
be a Philly
throwback.
fan. Listen, man. I listen. You know I was jacking Philly when they had the Ben Simmons. So I was a real fan. Markel Fulton, these dudes. So I definitely understood where Gilly was coming from because these players are just too cool nowadays, bro. Let's take it as it is, bro. Gilly's talking real shit. In some parts, playoff P on podcast P, he's laughing.
Mm.
Yes.
Hey, you try to laugh it
It's
off, but
not
you feel me? Yeah,
funny.
you know what you signed up for when you took that money, and that's feel me. And there's a lot of times where I think Paul George makes way more excuses than you have to now. If you're playing bad, you're playing bad. I don't want to hear like reports later that saying that, oh, my pinky was bothering me. In reality, I wasn't even supposed to be playing on this knee. I
Now,
don't want
if
to
he
hear.
said, okay, now we get to that. I don't want to talk too much on that. If he's saying he had something torn, I'm not a doctor. I'm not in his camp. I don't want to say too much about if he said something was literally torn or like I don't know all that, but to the point, I guess like Gil said, you got to pass this year. Next year, my thing is that Paul George is going to be a year older next year, and hey, I like what Gilly said. At this point, fuck around and rebuild this shit.
Yeah,
Like because
he
because we
literally
don't
told him,
even
"I don't
know.
want you here. I don't want you here."
Like basically like besides Tyrese Maxey and Jerry McCain.
Quentin Grimes did something for them too. I
Shout
mean,
out
they do
shout
have a
out to Quentin Grimes.
they do have like a young team though. Like, feel me? Like they shit, bro. I'd rather see that than I'd rather have hopes of maybe Embiid coming back and maybe we do something. This is still the same player that still hasn't smelled the conference finals. Damn near all of his peers has seen the conference finals. Damn near everybody in the East got a whiff of the conference finals.
But I already said, and I said this months ago. You remember? I already said you got to trade Joel Embiid.
No, you 100% you do.
Like
Like,
Joel, and it's not against his my fault. It's not against his talent, but he's just not reliable enough, bro. And if you trade Joel Embiid, you're gonna have to trade. You're just gonna have to trade Paul George. Go ahead, Seb. You can just end the show, Seb.
so yeah, so it's a lot for Philly that they're gonna have to do in this offseason. Definitely some big moves you're gonna have to make if you're the general manager, um, Daryl Morey. You're gonna have to make some decision move. Do we run this team back or do we blow the team up, man? And realistically, you have to lean more towards blowing the team up because right now, like you said, Paul George is not getting older. I mean, not getting younger. And B definitely not getting younger, especially with the way his body holds up, man. He's damn near, bro. Is he able to walk? Is he able to even play 40 games a season? You have all these variables. The only positive side you have is Jared McCain and Tyrese Maxey. So get the value that you can from these players right now. I'm sure you could get a good deal for Paul George. I'm sure you definitely could get a good deal for Joel Embiid, even with him being hobbled. You just got to take your losses, feel me. Respect to this, what he brought to Philly, but at the same time, is you're going to put yourself in a bad mark again to where if you're not exceeding expectations or even just the bare minimum. And I don't think the Philly fans want the bare minimum anymore. They're tired of it. They had their runs now where they're close to making the conference final. They literally missed by a Kawhi Leonard shot. They had this years where just feel me, everything just fell apart for them. Even the last time they were against Boston. So it's a lot for them. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode of It's Debatable. I would like to thank y'all for tuning in once again. Stay tuned for more updates. We got WWE, NFL's around the corner. Shit, man. What else? Whatever else we got. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on YouTube, IG. Justin Jones on Facebook for more updates. And yeah, appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Peace.
Jersey.